VanEck prepares to launch Ethereum futures ETF by Reuters. Just came out. So a lot of news about Ethereum futures ETF are coming out. Well, it's not like the spot ETFs, but this is still a good news. At least this removes FUD. Let's say the it is a security argument is getting faded. So it will be hard for, let's say, the SEC to argue that it is a security after they approve it and they give it like priority for the futures ETF. 1 second. Yeah.
Kobe, just wanted to ask a question about that. How bullish do you think this will be if it gets approved? Do you think it will actually move the market that much?
Okay, I think your question is for spot ETF, right? So
For the ETH ETF.
ETH ETF spots, not futures. Because
Yeah,
the futures is approved.
Oh, no,
Yeah, we already have ETH futures ETF.
Yeah,
No.
the
Yeah.
futures is approved. Yeah, and there is already a futures ETF in ETH is also listed on the CME, the ETH futures. I mean, that's what they follow. They follow like this ERR, I think, reference ERP, something like that, Ethereum reference price that they get from a few different exchanges like Gemini, Coinbase, Kraken, and some other. I don't know. This is. I don't think it is a big deal if you're asking me. I think what the market is looking for is the spot ETF, and it is approved. I mean, it looks like now Tree just posted this. There was a headline by Reuters, right? VanEck prepares to launch Ethereum futures ETF, and I guess this is like not a big deal if you're asking me, but still. Ethereum is getting a bid against Bitcoin. You can see that ETH BTC is moving up since we crossed below the 0.06. And again, let's go back to what I said yesterday. I believe that all this buying pressure is actually yes, it has some to do with the futures ETF, obviously, but to understand why this market is going up now, you have to understand why it went down so hard. And it was because Saylor was buying for like 2 months. He was just tipping on BTC only. And there was not such buyer on Ethereum. Simple as that. So you always have to understand what happened before. We reached that price. So that buying pressure is, I guess, it has something to do with nature, right? The nature of this market. So when someone stop, let's say, selling ETH, buying Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin is getting more bid than ETH, BTC, ETH against BTC is going to go lower, right? So that's what happened. And now, once Saylor released that announcement that they ended buying like 5,000 something BTC, you could see that reversal. You could see that ETH was getting bid. Simple. 1 second. Okay. I've seen some news today. I can't find it. There's like a big seller on the BTC side. It's not. They're not selling big, but they are starting to sell, and there are some movements in their wallet where is it? Like a big miner. Glassnode reported it, and it's not under. It's not under. Someone took it from Glassnode. Like this miner owns like 10% of all Bitcoin in circulation, and they're selling Bitcoin now for past week. Well, I guess they're selling to get some cash to stay in above water. Normally, miners when they have times when they're not really above the water, they tend to keep their Bitcoin, and this one is now selling. So that creates some fat towards Bitcoin as well. So which this you don't see on Ethereum. So that also helps and explain that. Another headline that I saw, there is like a 90% chance. Goldman reported 90% chance for government shutdown. I guess this is also affecting the ES. Now, here is the thing. Every time when there is this kind of situation of the government shutdown, I mean, it happened Trump days, like years ago. I mean, I'm in this market since, I don't know, since 10 years. Oh my God, I'm too old. 15 years in this market, and every time when there is a fad like against this government shutdown thing, on the day that the shutdown starts, the market starts to reverse. On the day that the shutdown starts, the market reverses. Okay, keep that in mind, because right on that day there is a lot of fad into this event. And there is a lot of fad like, the government, that's it shut down, nothing is working, blah, 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 whatever. But in reality, everything is like, yes, the government shut down, but now their mission is to bring back the government into operation, right? And there is something that I always repeat, and it's obvious to all of you, but you have to understand it and always follow this rule. Market moves on expectation. If everybody is expecting a government shutdown, the market's going to go down. Once the government shutdown happens, what can people expect? A deal, right? When people are looking for a deal, when the market is looking for a deal, when the majority is expecting a deal, things are going to go up, right? Markets move on expectation, always. And that's what's going to happen probably in the next quarter. In the next quarter, you're going to see that everybody is going to talk about how all the stars aligned. Okay, this is not my sentence. This is Zach's, actually. Because you have all kinds of things that's going to happen next year, right? And everybody's going to start buying in this coming quarter because we have all kinds of events that's coming up next year. You have the halving. You have a whole wave of Ethereum spot ETFs, including the BlackRock one, which has high odds, okay, to get approved. Not just for Bitcoin. It's not like for whole crypto, but this is a good move forward, okay, towards making this whole thing legit finally. Okay, the meme becomes reality. And that's going to start with Bitcoin. Eventually, it's going to go to Ethereum. You can see with futures ETF, with the futures ETF, and you could see with how like a year after listing BTC futures, they listed Ethereum futures on the CME. So you have all this wave of ETFs coming up. You have now the market's going to start pricing in Fed's easing next year, right? Because they're almost done with their tightening. Yeah, they may go and hike one more time this year, but what's after that? So you have this Fed's easing that's coming up next year. You have election, years of election statistically. is a very good year for the stock market. And when the stocks are just up only, well, crypto follows, right? Governments are buying Bitcoin. And probably next year they're going to go and accelerate their buying pressure. Banks are buying Bitcoin. Also, next year they're probably going to go and accelerate their pressure. So all these things, they're coming up together, and people are going to talk about these, let's say, at the end of this year, when everybody's going to start releasing their estimates for 2024. And when these estimates coming up, well, that creates buying pressure, because everybody's trying to front run the herd, right? We may see another top next year, who knows? And then crash again, who knows? Maybe this year, this coming quarter. The market shifts into bull very, very quick and very vicious, and it's very vicious if you fade it, right? We've been there before. So be prepared for that. Okay, so markets move on expectations. And if we do get a government shutdown, this will be the low of the market. It's always like that. You go years back, you check the market, it was always like that. On the day of the shutdown is the low of the market, and then we start some kind of a rally. So that's for traditional markets, but well, when there aren't many participants in the crypto markets, we tend to follow the stocks. And that's probably what's going to happen. So you want to take this into account, okay? So they do, they do give like a Goldman released like 90% odds for government shutdown. I don't know, maybe they're trying to do something with this kind of I don't know, headline that's just released, but this is something that's probably gonna hear more and more about today, tomorrow, until if they do get a deal or not. That's about the market. Anybody has anything that he saw that he wants to add?
Maybe kind of worth mentioning that the Coinbase news that we got earlier, it's about Coinbase International. It's like a separate exchange,
Yeah.
separate website. So yeah, right now they already have the perps trading for some institutions and stuff, but they got very, very little volume, like 100 million a day. Just
Tell you what,
clarifying this because
problem is with Coinbase International is that they don't have an interface. We already applied for KYC. We have a good deal with them. We already have that access to this exchange, but it's only via API, and we couldn't find any vendor who's willing to write to their exchange because the volume is very low and there is no real demand.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
we are
just
in already, just so you keep that in mind.
that's good.
Yeah.
Just
But
I clarified because the tree headline didn't mention it, so it seemed like Coinbase got it, and why didn't price move that much? But yeah,
good. It's a good headline. It's a good headline. I wrote it before, and I think it's a good headline because I don't know. I'd say 90% of this market, the market participants here, are just here to make a tick, right? They're
Yeah.
only here to just buy and try and hold and make money. That's the only reason they're here. You want to call it a casino, whatever, yeah. So that's one of the use cases for this whole market. And when a headline like this is coming out, it's actually very bullish, but the market will never see it like this. The market will never try to price it in, right? Because, well, you could see Coinbase volume. It's not very, it's not thrilling. Right?
Yeah.
No one's excited about it. Yeah, so that's about it. This is my take about this. Thank you, Odi. Anything else?
Did your buddy come in?
Yeah. One sec. Just give me a second. Let me go over something I think I want to show. Okay, there is like a, I don't know, an Aptos released some kind of news collaborate with, I don't know, Tala Labs, okay, to launch $1 million fund for incentivizing the creators of Aptos native protocols. 1 million is nothing. We've seen hundreds of millions. This actually moves the market. That's for Aptos.
But I'm no pain, nothing. And they can push it back in. So they said,
Banana Gun introduces referral links with 10% transaction revenue share. This is, I don't know.
so weird. How did you know that? That's good. How did you know that? Couldn't figure it out.
So Binance closed its ties in Russia. They closed everything. That was the news from yesterday.
Yes, they they said that they're shutting down Russia operations and they've launched a new website out there. It's called Comics. And they said that they have no ties to Comics. It's going to be like a separate entity,
Okay.
separate book, separate accounting, but the interface looks very similar to Binance. So basically, I'm sure it's because the sanctions and everything, they're trying to separate the Russia business without losing the Russia business into like a new identity.
Yeah, it's actually smart what they're doing. Because eventually they'll have a deal with Russia, right? And if they're out, it's going to be very hard to get back in. Yeah, especially to Russia. Russia is not going to make it easy for any business if they want to get back in. Anyways, especially for crypto business. So it's actually a good move from them. Just for alts in general, okay. Again, we see all kinds of pumps on random coins. Comp is getting the bid again for some reason. Okay, this morning I've seen some kind of a rally on comp. Now it's up 16% for the day. Lever and OMG, yeah, since yesterday at the open. Both of these two got a bid. Some people say because TRB and Front lost the bid, and Luna too lost the bid, and people now like people. These MMs, DWF probably is now eyeing these. So I don't know how true this is. I don't know if to actually bet on this with my money. But it's worth paying attention. Now, TRB after yesterday's open, like this event, daily open. Okay, most of you, I guess, in Europe were asleep already. You didn't really look. But this event, it's like okay, there is something that is always like it's retarded, absolutely, but it works in crypto. At the open, okay, maybe 5 seconds after the open or 15 seconds after the open, everyone refreshes their page, okay, of I don't know, coins that started to like it starts at zero. Everything is like a 0.000%, right? And everyone refreshes the page, and if there is a coin that is leading 15 seconds after the open, people are going to bid on this. If it's up 2%, people are going to bid. If it's up 5%, more people are going to bid. If it's up 15% at the open, it's going to get a bid for the next hour or 2 or 3. Some of these will run through the whole day. some of these retrace all. And yesterday at the open, on the funding event, it was obvious that there will be a dip, right? I mean, if you do the funding events, it all makes sense, right? We had like some kind of a rally from 50 to 60 on TRB, right? At the open, and then the market started at the and then at the open it just collapsed, right? Like you had like this 3% funding. Okay, so it had to go more than 3% to actually make it worth it to do the funding play, right? So let's say if you bid to buy the dip or anything else, but at that open, after moving like 25% on that day, at that open, TRB is already down 3-4%. So it's not leading on the board. What creates lack of buying pressure because people are bidding on other coins. So TRB got a hit few times. So it dropped, I don't know, to $50 or something like this because bids were not coming back. And today it's down 16%. So nobody have the appetite to go and bid on this. Well, it doesn't mean it can't rally again to fucking 60 or make new highs. This coin is fucking retarded. It's crazy. I don't want you guys to go and play big or think you're a genius, TRB genius or something like that, okay? Unless you have a real edge, unless you know exactly what DWF wants to do, unless you know their timing, unless you're in their chat. Okay, so
You still think this coin is the DWF coin?
well, it's pretty obvious. He was saying like every time like the only funding, big funding play, okay, was TRB.
Yeah, but
And,
but
every
like
time before
but
funding, he was saying like, "Oh, look at the funding, Dior, NFA, blah blah blah, whatever shit."
yeah,
They're
but
also obviously active on
negative-
BLZ, right? But this is a different story.
big negative fundings have been present before this guy appeared with let's say with let's put in entities cartel, the old Binance cartel that they run things like 2022, the NFI, that BLZ season that before. These were not DWF,
Well,
right?
all
They are
this
more risky.
cartel stuff, okay, all this cartel stuff, it's all speculations. We have nothing, no evidence
Yeah, sure.
right now. But here,
Yeah,
you
it just
have clear evidence. This guy is actually going and shilling it. He's not saying
but-
it out loud because he probably doesn't want to get like if it doesn't work, if I don't know, whatever. He's not fully confident. But if he was fully confident with what he was doing, he would out loud write TRB. Believe me. So he's
Okay.
very worried about his reputation. That's clear to me. That's the only reason why he doesn't write TRB. He's not afraid of any I don't know, prosecution, ICC or whatever. Doesn't look like it. Yes, exactly. This is like a psychological analysis. You could see that. So he's kind of hedging by not typing the name, okay? And after that, I think yesterday or today, I saw a tweet. He tweeted a tweet that actually talks to other projects, okay? Market making business is changing, okay? It's not enough to just place some quotes in the book. Almost every HFT shop can do it. What he's saying here, okay? You don't want to just populate the book. You want to actually fucking pump it. If you populate the book, it's not gonna bring volume. You want to pump it. And then it says help with partnership. They I guess they give dollars. They give what is the BD, HR, okay, PR, TVL, all this fucking some kind of deals. Let's try and guess. Anyway, so Exactly. Is offering pump as service. And how they do that, they just corner the markets. When you have, let's say, when you can borrow from, let's say, from the devs, 10% of the supply, you can pump a coin as much as you want. You're hedged. You understand?
Yeah.
You're short.
And on top of it, they pump the spot,
You're hedged.
which
And you
with
get
the
paid the funding because you're long, but you're actually borrowed. You're short. Follow?
and this is what creates the negative funding rate as well, right? Like,
Well, yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
pushing spot way
Yeah.
above perp, right?
So
And
so
which,
he does it for a few days. Exactly. They cut some kind of a deal. He does it for a few days, gets 2.5%, 3% every 8 hours. Okay. And when he feels comfortable, he just pulls the rug. He stops longing. He just pulls a bid, fucking hit the market, pays the funding, but he gets fucking 15% dump within an hour. Like, look at what they did with Flamingo, man. Who trades that coin? Why would anybody want to touch this coin? It was like on the list for the listing. It was on the list for the listing. Like Binance wanted to delist it. But what they do is good for Binance because Binance gets volume. Binance gets more eyes on their markets because they have a coin that just fucking pumped 50 or percent or 3x in few days. So they get eyes on their exchange. This guy is making his, I don't know, 2.5%, 3% every 8 hours. He doesn't care. Right? Everybody's happy. And the devs are very happy because their coin is going to survive the round of the listing. So until next year, they're safe. They're safe from getting delisted. Simple as that. So everybody is happy here. And he's now, with this last tweet, he was talking to all the other projects that, listen, if you don't want to get delisted, talk to me. So there has to be some kind of way to trap him. Okay. But I guess they do it very carefully. They do it with a lot of legal paperwork and stuff. Eventually his scam is gonna go out. Right? These things, they don't stay hidden forever. Eventually it's gonna flow above the water. And you're gonna see that. I mean, what I said is just like a speculation, but I believe that this is the story here, right? Anyways, so be careful when you trade these. Anything else, guys? Do we have a presentation?
I think Valentin mentioned that he's occupied at the office, so he's gonna upload a video for Glimmer.
Yeah. Glimmer crowd loan. What a scam. I'd be happy to hear what people say about Glimmer now. All right.
options expiration quarterlies tomorrow, so maybe price stays subdued till then, especially
Yeah,
for ETH.
a lot of
And
things aligned.
yeah, so just something to note.
It's also futures expiry tomorrow. It's last Friday of the month. Futures expiry tomorrow, 11 New York time. But today, I think after the close today, I don't think this is all. It always happen after the close today. Then the October market will be front. I mean, whoever trading CME futures. These are not big events anymore, but just worth knowing. And this is the last day of the quarter. Tomorrow, last day of the quarter for working day, right? Saturday is the last day. So Sunday will be the first day of the quarter, and this will be October. And I believe that Sunday or Monday, something big can happen. So it's worth keeping being flexible. Okay, staying flexible with the market. Don't fade. Don't go with big ideas. Be flexible. Normally in these days, you want to be flexible. All right, guys. Wishing you all a good day. Again, trade opportunities, not adventures. Okay, remember, your size is your only weapon. Don't use all your bullets. Okay, always keep bullets for the next round. If you lost a battle, you're gonna win the war, right? And don't try to be right. Try to make money. Welcome to my TED show. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, Kobe. That's great.
Ciao, guys.